So when do I use this knot? One example is for giant snakeheads or dorman. For this example, I'm going to use this scientific angler stainless steel nylon coated wire. And I'm going to tie a 40-pound mono leader to the wire. If you are using a smaller diameter leader, you should double the leader, which I will show how it's done in the later part of this video. So the first thing you do is you make a double overhand knot close to the end of the wire. And then if you slowly tighten this knot, it will form into the shape of a figure 8. Now some people, they like to tighten it quite a bit. Personally, I have to confess, I used to do this, tighten the double overhand knot too much. Or rather, make the holes too small, and then I have to slowly thread the wire through it twice. So don't do that. Learn from my mistake. And instead, as you can see, what I do now is I leave a big hole for me to easily and quickly thread the leader through. So what you do is you come up through the first loop and then you thread leader through the other end. This is how it should look like. And then you pull the wire snug but not tight. You don't want to pull it absolutely tight yet. So maybe it's about 80-85% tight at this stage. Now we're going to wrap the leader around the wire. So you start by pinching the leader and the wire and leave a gap, because we would want a loop form, as you see why later. So you make 4 wraps up the wire, and then you make 3 wraps back down the wire. So now, as you can see, the reason why we want to leave a opening here so that we can thread the leader back through. So this is how the wrapping looks like. From here you pull the leader end tight. Then you pull the tag end a little bit. Pull the leader again. Tighten the wire. Pull the leader again. So you keep doing this and gradually move the knot down towards the knot that's formed on the wire. So basically what's happening is the leader wraps and knot is jammed against the overhand knot, double overhand knot on the wire. So make sure everything is neatly wrapped, and this is your slim beauty knot. Now you can trim off the tag end of the leader and then cut off the excess wire. If you've never tied this slim beauty knot before, I would strongly suggest that you practice tying it before you go fishing. Make sure you can tie a neat, properly tied knot and test them out. You don't want to go fish with your very first attempt on a brand new knot that you never tied before. Next is I'm going to show you how to tie this slim beauty knot using a 15-pound mono leader. So now you can see I have the double overhand knot on the wire tightened up pretty small with the small diameter mono leader. You double it over and then you thread it through the figure 8 knot that was formed on the wire when we made the double overhand knot. So as you can see here, that's why it's much easier if we just leave the double overhand knot, not tighten too much until the holes become too small, so especially when you try to thread the double over monolither through. I used to do this all the time, never realizing that I should just leave the holes bigger, make my life so much easier. Anyway, after you thread through from the bottom up and then from the top down again through the other side, now you basically do the same thing. Remember to pinch and leave a gap between the monolither and the wire before you start wrapping the monolither around the wire. So if the monolither is light, I like to make a couple more wraps, 5 or 6 wraps up around the wire. And then you thread the monolither through the loop that we were holding earlier. Can get a bit tricky, so it's good to practice. Once you thread the monolither through the loop, now you can pull the leader end to tighten up the knot down towards the double overhand knot on the wire. Sometimes it helps to push down the knot using your thumb and index finger so that everything is nice and neat. And then, like before, pull on the leader, pull on the tag end, make sure everything is nice and tight and the monolither knot is jammed against the overhand knot on the wire. So this is how the knot looks like when you finish tying, and then you can trim off the tag ends. Thank you for watching the video. If you guys find the video useful or helpful, please hit the like button. Helps out my channel a lot, and if you want more, please do subscribe. So when do I use this knot? One example is this when I use it for giant snakeheads, or toman as we call them here. I have a short 4 to 5 inches of wire, and then I attach it to the leader because this toman has really sharp teeth. A lot of times they will bite you off if you don't have a wire, unless you get really lucky, If you want me to talk about my toman fishing leader system, let me know in the comment section below and I'll put out a video on that. I also have another way of tying this wire to mono. I want to thank Martin White of Flicking Feathers for pointing that out to me. So click to watch that video. The Yucatan knot is a lot simpler to tie compared to this Slim Beauty, but it has some limitations. So click to find out.